So Billy Bradford will get those two cars pushed off, towed off, and we'll be ready to go green flag racing for your Arnold Motor Supply heat races for your hobby stocks. Green flag up, here we go. Now she's down to a 4-pack. Down the back straightaway going to be Blake Lunenburg out of Reading, Minnesota, your race leader. Field will hurry down the front straightaway for lap number 1. Lunenburg followed by Krug, Wickman, and the 27X of Burns. Or Bruns, excuse me, Burns. Down the back straightaway they'll go. Down the back side of the racetrack, it'll be Lunenburg, your leader, followed by Chris Krug, and then that 48 is Steve Wickman. Field scurry down the back straightaway, still Blake Lunenburg, your race leader out of Reading, Minnesota. Krug, Seidels, Krug, Wickman, and Burns, your 4 cars on the racetrack. Work him on down, green flag high in the air, 2 laps to go. Krug and Wickman back there, the 91 and the 40, or Krug and Wickman back there. Chris and Steve back there working there for the number 2 spot. White flag on the racetrack for the 16 of Lunenburg. Battle still ensuing for the number 2 spot. Wickman going to look down around the bottom of the racetrack. Nothing to be had right there. Makes his way off at turn number 4. It's sold. Big iron. Checkered flag to Blake Lunenburg. At the line, Steve Wickman. On to the number 2 spot. And Chris Krug back to 3rd. Don't forget, Wednesday night, May 29th, things will get kicked off at the Beaver. Be time to go on down to the Buena Vista Raceway. Just down the road in Alta. Full schedule out there on their Facebook page, May 29th, June 5th, June 12th, June 19th, June 6th, 26th, July 3rd, 10, 31, August 14th and 21st. So great schedule down there at our sister track, the Buena Vista Raceway. Mike Smith gonna take the point, take the lead off of 2 and out of back straightaway. Bargloff right there, Drew Bargloff into 3 with a duct tape 45 on it. Working into that number 3 spot, but it is Corey Probst to 2nd. The Brewster, Minnesota racer right back there in the number 2 spot, followed by Bargloff. Then it will be Chad Volk out of Lake Crystal, Minnesota to the number 4 position. 3 heat races, everybody moving on. Top 4 redraw for their 12 starting spots tonight. Field of work down behind your race leader, Mike Smith, off of turn number 4. Arnold Motor Supply heat race number 2. On down into turn number 3 and 4. It is the 22 with the green flag high to the air. Mike Smith, the double deuce right on up there. Off a 2 down the back straightaway. Smith, your leader, followed by Probst, the 75C. Bargloff in the number 45, running the number 3 spot. White's out, 1 to go. Off at turn number 4, big iron checkered out for the 22 of Mike Smith. Corey Probst goes to the number 2 spot. Bargloff and at the line, Chad Volk will hang on to the number 4 spot. So first night of action here in 2024 at the Clay County Fair Speedway, fueled by Cargo Express. Great to have you here. Great to have you home, watching on TV, watching a little Facebook Live look. And we're going to give you a couple more heats here tonight as we get ready to go to the green flag down into turn number 1 and 2. It's going to be Jeff Edwardson in the 5 car. Here comes Evan Shetler. Shetler's going to show the way to the bottom at turn number 3. He'll take the race lead. Johnson hanging there in the number 2 spot now. Johnson puts her in the 2 hole. Down into turn number 1 and 2 they'll go. Evan Shetler. Shetler followed by Johnson. Now here comes Justin Frederick out of Cleghorn in the 83K right down there to the bottom side. Shetler, now the battle for second. Johnson swings it wide to the outside. Frederick there to the number 2 spot. Justin Frederick there to second. Darren Johnson third, but your race leader is Evan Shetler. Good to have you tuned on in. Tim Lacrosse up there. The Bass is tuned in. They're in the big city of Ackley as they work them on down into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Evan Shetler out of Adrian, Minnesota, your race leader down the boulevard. Shetler followed by Frederick. Then it is Johnson and the 5 of Jeff Edwardson. Edwardson back there to the number 4 spot. Then it is Corbin White there hanging out back of the field. Green high, 2 to go. One more time around. Farmers Savings Bank of Fostoria, white flag waving in the air. Frederick in second. Johnson hanging in third. Battle for 4th right now. Corbin White to the inside of Jeff Edwardson. Off at turn number 4, though, it's all a big iron. Auctions checkered flag for the 17 of Evan Shetler. Justin Frederick goes home in the number 2 spot. Johnson, Edwardson, your top 4. That'll wrap up your Arnold Motor Supply heat races for your hobby stock. Field makes their way off at turn number 4. Race fans, give them a hoot and a holler and a wave. It's hobby stock time. And they are ready to go. Field set to go. Hobby stock action. James Burns, Justin Frederick. 27X, 83X on the front row. Here we go. Green flag's out. Arnold Motor Supply. First feature of the season for the hobby stocks. They'll race off a 2 and out of back straightaway. Justin Frederick, your race leader out of Cleghorn. Down the back straightaway, here comes Bargloff and Krug. Chris Krug on the outside of the 91, gonna rip the lip. Here we go. Frederick, your leader. Mike Smith right now into the number 4 spot. Smith, the 4th, gonna set his sights on the 91 and Chris Krug down the back straightaway. Krug on the outside. Bargloff in the black 3 to the bottom of the green with the orange 45. Here comes Mike Smith. Shot the gap. Give him the number 2 spot. Smith right there to second, and he ain't done. Here comes Krug on the bottom, back in the 91 car. Chris Krug right there, working on in. Mike Smith looking, got him. Smith with a 7-1 run in just 3 laps. Got one around the bottom of 4, will stay green flag. Chris Krug back there in the 91 car working on Frederick in the 83. Oh boy. Easy on the bumpers. Chad Volk to 32. Evan Shetler. 75. Sia Corey Probst is there. They'll work off a 2 and out of back straightaway. Now the 45 of Drew Bargloff back into the number 3 spot. Bargloff to 3rd, 4th is Krug, 5th is the battle right now. They're side by side for 3rd on back. Shetler in the orange 17 to the top. They'll work off a 2 and out of back straightaway. He'll get her hustled up. Now you see it. It's going to be Bargloff on the inside of the 45. The 91 and Chris Krug on the outside. Krug going to rooster tail it off at turn 4. Krug into 3rd. Down the back straightaway, still Mike Smith. This time we'll be looking at the halfway home. Corey Probst and Chad Volk, a pair of Minnesotans right back there. Brewster and Lake Crystal. Everybody finding that line to confine as they work down the back straightaway behind your race leader, Mike Smith. Down the boulevard we go. Flags are crossed. Halfway home. Feel the work into the back markers there. You see Mike Smith, the 22, your leader. Frederick in 2nd. Krug right there in the number 3 spot. Bargloff and Probst, followed by Volk, Shetler, and Lunenburg. Down the back straightaway they go. Man, Mike Smith has got this one covered. Bargloff, Probst, and Krug, the 91, the 45, and the 75C back there, working feverishly down the boulevard. Krug on the outside, gets a shot from Probst into turn number 1. Probst still diving it off the bottom. Watch that 75 car downstairs, the 45 right there with him. Bargloff, now Bargloff back into the number 5 spot. Speaking of 5 laps to go. Corey Probst back on the bottom. Drag race to turn number 1 for the race for 3rd. Corey Probst out of Brewster. Down on the bottom side, puts the Emmitsburg, Iowa driver Chris Krug back into the number 4 spot. Bargloff back down on the bottom as they thunder the front straightaway. Into 3 off of 4, still Mike Smith, your race leader. Smith out front. Frederick working second. Third is Probst. Fourth is the 91 of Krug. Then it's a 45 of Bargloff. Side-by-side action. Still here your battle for fourth. You see Krug up on the top side. 2 to go. Green hot in the air. White flag in the air, going to be looking for the checker this time off of turn number 4. Twin checkers for Mike Smith. Second will go to Justin Frederick. Third to Corey Probst. It's a three-way for fourth. Give it to Bargloff, Krug. Then it will be Volk, Lunenburg, Shetler, and Wickman. How about it out of the car, Mike Smith? I told you Saturday we'd probably do this on Monday.
Man, I hope you keep saying that so we can keep doing that.
Wait, we'll probably do this again on Saturday. But, hey, I mean, we can ask you all the questions. Like, how was the race? It was amazing because you won. What'd you have for lunch today?
Actually, I didn't have lunch. My dad was working me too hard.
I tell you what, that Dave Smith, he's a working fool, isn't he? He works so hard, he didn't even bring a race car.
I know, I had to keep the planter going, so he had me rolling this morning so he could keep on planting, but no, I can't thank Don enough for coming with me. I always like to have somebody here with me. You never know.
Had to start a little deep there in the field, had that 7-1 run, but it didn't take you but like 3 laps. What was the key to the move of the race?
Well, I came up and watched Don's heat race, and I didn't expect it to dry out that fast, so we went back to the trailer and threw the kitchen sink at it, I guess, and I thought maybe after I saw the track we tightened it up too much, but it was good enough to roll through the bottom there at the beginning and then diamond it off of 2 because it was so dry off of the top of 2.
Thank goodness you got rocks in your pocket because this 20-mile-an-hour wind is getting us.
I know. There was once down there in turn 3, I really whipped it in there on the top. One of these times that wall's going to get me.
Yeah, well, let's just hope it does. I mean, the only wall you ever get's the one at Boone, it seems like. But, hey, who do you want to thank for the win, bud?
I can't thank my dad and all my uncles enough, and Dustin. This car is amazing. I mean, it just reacts every little change I make, and it just so good on slick. But, no, I mean, all the help, Smiley and Blake and my brother Will, and just everybody that helps out, and all the sponsors.
All right, there you go. Nice job, bud.
Thank you.
How about a Mike Smith in H&N Chevy Buick Victory Lane?